Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have some Janky Ice, a Japanese soda pop, and we're going to talk about people who tell you how you can spend your money on the internet, or rather, people who tell YouTubers how they should be making videos. You know, for those of you who are new to this channel, I am a food blogger. So I purchased this soda to write a review of it. I wrote a review of it. And now I have it. Ooh. And now I have it. And having it means that I have to use it up. Oh. So I incorporated them into these videos in order to, just to add another element to try to improve the video and give myself a reason to continue drinking things that I've already reviewed. Typically speaking, with this, I'll get 3 of them. And in getting 3 of them, the interesting thing about this is there's a marble in there. That's why it was so hard to open. And that marble has a catch, which is these 2 divots you see here. So it prevents you from drinking this too fast. Else, you hear that marble, you know. Also, this particular Janky Ice is primarily made of white pineapple monster. Before I go any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers, I got to purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. Now, this morning I got a comment on one of my YouTube videos on this channel saying that I was, basically making lower quality videos. And, this person's like, I don't think he's going to throttle it up. I think I'm going to unsubscribe. Well, first of all, you're commenting on my video, referring to me in the third person is not really the right thing to do. You're talking directly to me. You could say, hey, Richard, but saying, I don't think Richard's going to do better is a little weird. It implies this person is not as coherent as they could be. And further along the lines, I had never seen this person comment on my videos before. I clicked on their channel, and their channel was essentially, it did have some content, had like 1 video, so it was really that person's channel, but, they had, everything was private. They were not a public subscriber of me, which, leads to some questions. One of the things I have to say is that I have had on 2 channels now, people come up and say, you should do this to improve your channel. And then I click on their profile. They're not a YouTuber. How do they know what makes you a successful YouTuber? And it's like, yes, my videos would probably be better if I had a better microphone, if I could key out my green screen better, if I could do a lot of things, okay? But, I don't really think keying out my green screen better is going to make this video better. I think you're focused on what I'm talking about, not what's behind me. Now, I don't even know, as I film this, what I'm going to put behind me. I am probably going to put a photograph from my blog, Photographs of a Mad Richard. And in doing so, you will have something interesting, because I try to post something interesting there every day. And then when I find the backgrounds for these, I scroll through what I'm looking for, or so that every video has a unique background, because the unique background means that you look at this video and you're like, okay, clearly I haven't seen that before. The background should be what catches your eye, not me. The janky ice is slowly melting. But further along those lines, what we often have to ask ourselves is it worth it? You know, the tobacco industry knows why cigarettes give you cancer. They pick up radioactive isotopes from the soil, and those radioactive isotopes are deposited in your lungs. Back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, smoking a pack of cigarettes was the equivalent to getting a chest x-ray. Now, smoking a pack of cigarettes is roughly the equivalent of getting 100 chest x-rays, or so I've heard. I don't know how true that is, but the thing is that you now get less radiation from a chest x-ray than you get from a pack of cigarettes. So yeah, okay, if you smoke 6 packs a day, then you're getting 6 old-fashioned cancer chest x-rays a day. No wonder you're getting tumors. You know, it's one of those things. But so they could sieve the soil to remove these contaminants and make the tobacco safer. But it was deemed that it's just not going to be more valuable. They said, you know what? We're not saving enough lives to keep the tobacco product alive. So, you know, it's like we're dependent more on new users. We kill the old users, nobody cares. All right? Now, again, this was one concept some time ago. How true it is, I don't know. It could not be true. That's a possibility. In addition, you would think that some tobacco companies would sieve the soil, assuming this were a widely known thing. So it's kind of an obscure fact. All right, so there you have it. But it's one of those things that you now have to make the argument of. It's like, should I buy a better microphone for my camera? Well, am I going to make money? Is it going to put money in my pocket? Probably not. I recently saw a professional news broadcast that had bad audio. The bad audio did take away from my enjoyment, but it's a professional news thing. Now, if I got to the point where I could call up a restaurant and say, because I do food reviews on one of my channels, okay? If I got to the point where I could call up my local restaurant and be like, okay, I would like to film an episode in your restaurant. You know, I'm going to bring a friend. We're going to have 2 dinners, whatever. And they say, hey, dude, you're coming over? Come over anytime. It's on the house. You know, bring your camera, it's like, okay, well then I'm definitely going to get a more professional rig. All right. What I'm working with here is what's called a semi-professional camera. And I could show you its older brother. Okay, this is a Canon 60D. This is the camera I filmed with through most of my YouTube career. And the reason is that it has this nifty side monitor. Okay, this is called the hot shoe. Thank you for interrupting my video. The microphone would be lodged in here. Okay, this is the onboard microphone. I don't know if you can see the felt over it as a pop filter, but it's there. And you know, it's like this little rubber opens up and you would plug in the microphone. Okay. Now, yes, okay, a microphone would cost money. It may not improve the video, and in addition to that, there just may not be any particular reason for me to do that because it might not draw more people to my videos. Okay, there's also the possibility that I could buy the wrong microphone or not know how to use it. I mean, I did this once. I purchased a microphone, and it turned out that the battery, I didn't notice the battery was wrapped in plastic, so I couldn't get it to work. All right? And then somebody stepped on the cord and damaged the cord. So I think I still have that microphone. It may even still work. But it's just one more damn thing I don't need sitting around and complicating this process. So, you know, there's a lot is left to be desired by upgrades. Theoretically speaking, this camera has a roughly 10-minute file window, meaning that I can film for 10 minutes at a time. The camera I'm filming on now has a roughly 30-minute film window, meaning I can film for much longer. This makes it a much better camera for filming. It's far more effective. I think that the sound quality does suffer some, maybe because I used a different pop filter on this, and maybe not. But yeah, I mean, somebody purchased this for me. It was a gift. I am grateful, but what they wanted in return was sexual favors, and I'm not into dudes. So, you know, that was a thing. And in the end, you know, what you have is I'm filming off what I'm working with, all right? Now, if I said, I am going to buy better equipment when YouTube pays for itself, all right? So, first, you have to take into account that I've spent a lot of money on YouTube, all right? This camera was almost $1,000. There's another $1,000 worth of filming equipment minimum. That's $2,000. I purchased my current computer for YouTube. It was $1,000. It was a great deal. I purchased a number of other computers. There were about $1,500. So there you have $4,500. In all the time I've been working on YouTube, the amount of electricity I've put into YouTube is at least $500. So right now, all right, if you were to say, okay, want you to buy a better microphone, here's a check for $5,000, all right? Unless buying the microphone was the requirement for getting that check, I would say that's nice, but you haven't paid for the problem, all right? Because, you know, it's like this. I don't remember how much this was, but I've been a food blogger for a very long time, all right? Well, not a very long time, more than 10 years now. And I will go out there and I will try, you know, the new Whopper at Burger King. That is an expense for YouTube. I come in here, okay, here's my Whopper. I eat my Whopper. I tell everyone what I think about it, and that's a cost. So in addition to that $5,000 worth of equipment for filming YouTube, there's another $5,000 worth of consumables. All right. So if I start making $1,000 a year off YouTube, do I buy that microphone in 10 years? No, I don't, because in the next 10 years, I will likely spend another $10,000 on YouTube. YouTube cost me at least $1,000 a year. It's a hobby, and I mean, you could argue the point. It's like, look, I need to eat. One of the reasons I food blog is because I need to eat. So I'm trying to monetize eating. I'm trying to get money back from eating. And sometimes, you know, I get a rebate. But you have to ask yourself, you know, I went out there and I got the new Whopper from Burger King. Had I not gotten the new Whopper from Burger King, but gone to Burger King anyway, I would have gotten a large double Whopper meal. Okay? So, did I spend the same? There's a question. I mean, I would definitely not have gotten this because I'm not a fan of grape soda. If it weren't for the fact that this is what this is what this is for. I use this for filming. Okay? I'm going to put this janky ice back in my freezer and I'm going to film another video in maybe a couple of hours. But what does that come down to? It comes down to the fact that, I am engaging in YouTube because there's the hope for the future. But I'm considering this a poor bet, and I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to put if I could turn around, I could pull out my credit card, buy all new equipment, and okay, you've got all new equipment, but it's not going to make me any more money. I'm going to keep using what equipment I have until one of two things happens. One, I make enough money so that it's worth it to upgrade my equipment for a never-fail scenario, meaning that I can always film a video no matter what happens. Or two, the equipment breaks. People can come at me and be like, you need to make better videos. Yeah, someone's always going to feel I could have done a better job. Doesn't mean anything to me. Anyway, thanks for sharing this moment with me. I'm Richard. Rockin'! I'm Danger Ducky, and I'm telling you, it's time to comment, like, and subscribe because it's the right thing to do. Yeah, that's right. This channel's awesome, and you should be a part of that. So, tell your friends and rock on!